What's a trend that you're glad died out? There was a 2-year span in the late 90s when every single movie had "Who Let the Dogs Out" in its soundtrack. That was definitely inferior to the few years when Smash Mouth was on every soundtrack. I'm pretty sure those eras almost completely overlapped. Those stupid scientifically backed athletic wristbands that were meant to do things like maintain your balance when they were glorified placebos. They were a great way of separating gullible morons from their unneeded money, though. They weren't just for morons. My grandma had one. This means they were also for people in the early stages of dementia. Global hypercolor t-shirts. For the young'uns, these were t-shirts that changed color in response to body heat. They tended to show horrible patches around the armpits. Also, they tended to turn a nasty brown-gray after a few washes. They made jewelry like this too, which would basically break soon after purchase and be more worthless than they already were. Stupid internet challenges, especially the Titapod challenge and the ice cream challenge. The former was a ticket to winning the Darwin Award, while the latter was basically a health code violation. What was the ice cream challenge? Canadian here, it might not have been popular up north. I think it's the one where you go in a supermarket, lick ice cream out of a carton, and put it back without being seen. The "here in my garage with my Lamborghini and knowledge." That shit was so annoying. Also, D's nuts was getting pretty bad before it died out. Fortnite, I never hear about it anymore. Ick about the game, but goddamn it was annoying when everyone just played Fortnite and Fortnite danced. Really excited for when TikTok dies out. I really hope it's somewhat soon. Hipsters? Not the current iteration of today, but the circa 2008-2012 hipster with the curly mustache, suspenders, flannel shirt, and love of indie folk bands. Wallet chains. They were everywhere and eventually people stopped even connecting a wallet to them. Just walking around with a chain. Stupid. Ringtones on phones, especially those annoying custom ones you'd have to listen to multiple times a day at the office or elsewhere. Now you rarely hear a phone ring, and when you do, it's something basic. Why are there so many comments about jeans? To me, jean fits are a preference thing. I prefer mid-rise flares because I don't really have curves, but I've got internal organs in a mommy pouch. Some people prefer skinny jeans or jeggings, but not all of us look good in those. Bootcut are not the same as flares, but will do in a pinch. Straight leg just makes me think of 90s mom jeans, but then there's high-rise which look like mom jeans, but can be super cute depending on the body type, cut, and the top they're paired with. Mid-rise, which is a good balance of covers butt cracks and not mom jeans, then low-rise for people who don't have the long ass crack many of us have been cursed with. And the length, it's currently winter, and I don't want my ankles exposed to the cold, but that's what's fashionable, and so that's all there is in this stores. And this is just for women. The problem with jeans is, you only get what's in style. Right now, it's all about the skinny jeans and jeggings which, again, not all of us look good in. I would prefer to get jeans I look good in, not what some model looks good in, and that can be very hard without spending $90 plus on a pair of jeans. I just wish there was more available in different styles for everyone to pick what they want. And pockets, we want pockets. 50% of teenagers identifying as trans, when they're just discovering their sexuality, are hanging out with different sexes and think going for a big gulp with somebody of their own sex is totally dating the opposite sex. I'm 45 and I don't have anything against gay or trans people. A brief look in my friendship and dating history will show that. What I am relieved about is that the playing trans trend is over among people who don't actually struggle with the real feelings and challenges of having to figure that shit out at a young age. The teenage mentality that it's cool to disrupt classes, fail tests and ultimately become an academic failure. Kids these days seem much more inclined to work for their bucks as long as they're motivated right. Makes me happy to see, being a teacher and all. Kids will be kids, of course, but I've seen a real mentality shift over the course of the past decade or two. Happyslapping, not sure if it was just a UK thing. Basically just a group jumping a random person, and after they're crying you all happily shout happy slap. It got bad to the point of groups of people beating up random strangers and filming it. The licking ice cream challenge, that shit was really gross. The challenge is spouse phobia, going into the store licking ice cream without anyone noticing, putting it back, and some women got arrested for doing the challenge. I'm glad that challenge died. Musical.ly. Fucking kids doing cringy lip sync thing because they can't sing, but still want to be famous. Honestly, I just hate them because I saw them every time I wanted to watch a YouTube video. 5% of memes, especially here come dat boy oh shit what up also. JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Downvote me, I don't care, your show sucks. You want to know why I love Dat Boy? Dat Boy is a completely self-made meme. So many other memes are based in nostalgic children's shows, funny faces, relatable situations, or references. Not Dat Boy. Dat Boy is completely absurd. It's a low-res frog on a unicycle and an arbitrary method for greeting him. The first person to ever upvote Dat Boy did not do so out of recognition. The first person to ever upvote Dat Boy did not do so because of pre-existing meme format. The first person to ever upvote Dat Boy upvoted a meme literally pulled from the ether by sheer human creativity and willpower. Dat Boy is evidence that humans can stare into the meaningless void of eternity and force their own meaning onto it. I will always upvote Dat Boy, oh shit what up. Hipsters seem to be dying out a lot. But that could just be from me hitting them in my truck. They didn't die out, they just evolved. The stereotypical hipster that you're probably thinking of, handlebar mustache, love of harmonized folk bands, skinny jeans, ironic band t-shirt, flannel, lumberjack beard, drunk on IPAs, smoking American spirits, etc., is gone for the most part. The new hipster style is the return of 90s clothing, mumble rap, and probably a million other things that I don't know about since I am too old to identify with modern trends. Color block 80s starter jacket, Doc Martens, and those dumb tiny sunglasses that are way too thin to actually work. If this is a thing in other countries, but here in the UK putting concealer on your lips was the coolest thing you could do at one point. Everyone ran around looking like chapped ass Karens for a few years. People throwing milk jugs on the ground in grocery stores. Punching random people for views. Really, anything that harmed another person directly or made an unnecessary mess because it's just a prank, bro. Having a mental illness is fashionable although I'm not sure if it completely died out yet. I still hear people who are mentally fine going on about how they just had an anxiety attack because they missed a deadline. Or how depressed they are because their BFGF dumped them and now they're single on V-Day. Or how bipolar they're being because they can't decide what to eat for lunch. One other thing that really irks me is my manager saying how she has PTSD from a bad on sale day we have and she pretends to freak out whenever we even mention it or anything related to it. Tide Pod Challenge. I mean seriously that shit was the dumbest thing ever. People thought they were Mr. Clean and ate fucking laundry detergent like for real, you might as well drink bleach if you think eating cleaning products is fun. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss a video. Like, comment and subscribe if you're new here. More great Reddit content coming soon.